This is a Mitsubishi Galant. It's the 2-litre turbocharged double overhead cam VR4. Now this was made in 1989 and pretty much pioneered the entrance of Mitsubishi into the world of rallying. Now although it does look a bit like a slab of butter that's being taken off from either ends, but don't underestimate it, because it can do stuff like this.
Jumbo check. It wasn't easy, but nothing else. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I'm in when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Things I need you.
The car comes in at around 408 pp with 440 brake horsepower going towards the 2-litre turbocharged engine. It has 4-wheel drive with a 30 to 70 ratio split being biased to the rear. It comes in weighing around 1290 kilograms with an estimation of 330 foot-pounds of torque and a top speed of theoretical around between 170 and 108 miles an hour. So this is no sloucher. This car goes, which probably explains why we can do stuff like this. Now what we're testing here is the off-road capability of the Mitsubishi Galant. Now we put it up against a 206 WRC driven by a fake trooper. Now although that's got 4-wheel drive, 300 brake horsepower, turbocharged engine, you shouldn't really underestimate the Galant in any way. That's got 440 brake, 4-wheel drive. In theory it could run as Group B if it wanted to, but the 206 has certainly got lightness on it and the agility of a hatchback. The Galant a little bit longer, a little bit more tail happy than the 206, so it takes a while to catch up and perhaps not so as good on loose stuff on here. As you just saw there, a minor error on my part going into that corner. It really is a classic example of what I meant when it's a little bit harder to control with steering. It's understeer a little bit, but does make it up on these bits here in the straights. You can see Fake Trooper getting some air there in the 206. And you can see me kind of getting a little bit further. It's just a little bit more quicker on the straights, and that's where it really gains a lot of the time. It is quite interesting to see how Bate gets that rear end out on that Peugeot. We unfortunately don't see it in that part there in the Galant. The Galant gets to tail out just a little bit more, being more rear wheel bias on the 4-wheel drive system gives it that extra pull around the corners. So you're not using a lot of the brakes, so you kind of get into the meat of the corner, you get on the apex, you can power that out, and there's no problems at all whatsoever. It's the great thing with these 4-wheel drive systems on these cars. You just get so much give in it. You know, it's really helpful. Just like that, you know, not a lot of problems into that corner coming out of it as well. It's a completely good system, and it, when set up right, you can have a real hoot of a time with it. This was definitely the fun bit of this test that me and Baked have done. It was getting a little bit close, a couple of driver error mistakes, and it was just getting tight, and you could just catch up, and the speed of the Galant, just getting up to it. And then you get the corner like this, just slows down, you get it enough power, and it just goes straight through that hairpin, not a problem at all. I thought we'd pay attention to the speed difference between the 206 and the Galant, as we see Bate approaching the first jump on this track. See him, gets the air, not a lot of speed, but then you got me and you got the speed, just the difference there. The same on that one here, and compared to the Galant, just a lot more speed on the straights that the Galant's got compared to the 206. So, in summary, as you can see there, the Galant not as quick as the 206 on this surface. But despite the fact that it's on a road setting, the only changes done to it are the dirt tyres, it is still able to keep up with a 206. So, yes, in a way, it can go off-road. We've all been in that situation. The car on the left, wanting to race you, wants to show off his new car. You think, I can take him. Oh dear. Slight problem there. Fisker getting away ever so quickly there, and can it catch up? No. Now that test really was just done in a certain situation if you're at the lights and some rubber does turn up. But it really does show the fallback of this car that I think is personally the big fallback, and that's the turbo lag. And Mitsubishi over the years have always had that problem, even through the Evo, even through the Galant and through their other makes of cars. And yeah, you can see such a vital problem. The fact that it doesn't kick in straight away. You can see the car gradually catching up, but it's just not enough. So yeah, it can't be an electric car off the line.
You should come over.
I can't right now, I'm driving home.
We've all been in that situation. Your girlfriend is sitting there at home. She wants you to come over, but you're busy. You're busy driving. But then she says those words, I'm home alone. And what do? You just hoon on right over there in that Galant. Now this test is testing the agility of the Galant on the tarmac surface, running on the sports soft tyres. Now I know there's some driver errors, we can gloss over that, but really the main focus is just how stable the car is. Yeah, you're drifting around and you're sliding it, but just look at how controlled it is in those slides, the four-wheel drive system helping it out there. It is a really phenomenal car to drive. When you're driving it this fast and you're just harpooning it around like this. It's just endless fun. You can go on for ages and ages. I would recommend this as a drift car to anyone. This is, once done right, when you played around with it and you got it to your liking, it is a very fun car to drift. And you could do stunts like this. I know that went a little wrong, but nonetheless, it's just so much fun. So, the good points: it's got good handling, it can go off-road, and it is a very good drift car. However, the bad sides to it, it's severe turbo lag, not the best looking car, and you'll see in a later video, it does punish you when it goes wrong. So, thanks for watching, and there'll be plenty more from us. We'll see you soon.